Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of A Gardener's Journey Homestead. I am Barbara. I am outside today in the back of the house, which if you're new here, you probably haven't even seen this part in my videos. But if you're a faithful follower, then you have seen me in the back of the house and you've seen what's back here. It's been a while since I've been back here just because during the fall, after the really bad freeze that we had the week of Christmas, most of the things out here died, even though it was covered. It was just too much. The temperatures got to like, I don't know, 1 degree. It was just too much and they didn't survive. So the only thing that's been left in the back of the house has been 2 beds of garlic and they are doing fantastic. But today I'm excited because I'm in the back of the house and yes, I'm planting onions. My onions just came in. So I'm going to try to get them in the ground before it starts back raining and go ahead and get them off to a good start. But let me show you the garlic and how it's doing, and also show you how my husband has repaired one of our beds. So let me turn the camera around and show you that, and then we're going to start and plant some onions. Okay, y'all, that's 1 bed of garlic there. You can see garlic is doing fine. It's doing great. No issues. You can see it has long stems. The bulbs are shaping up to be, you know, a decent size. Of course, we still probably have 3 more months to go. So once the temperatures even get warmer, of course, they'll grow bigger, but they're doing just fine. So that's 1 bed of garlic. And then we have another bed of garlic over here that is also doing great. And so this is the bed. If you saw my previous videos, this wood, you can see my husband replaced it. This wood, the whole side had come off, had completely come off. Let me see if I can show you. Okay, there you go. Had completely come off. So my husband rebuilt this bed and basically he just put new wood, and then you can see these corners that we have here that he put, which is like the last bed that he built, the number 5 bed, to provide more support and sturdice. And you can see I need to fill in some dirt because when he put the new wood slats in and he put these corners, it made the bed wider. So we'll just come back in here. You can see all that open space. We'll fill it back in with dirt because where the wood was up against that dirt right there. But that bed looked a complete and total mess. And so we're going to redo all of these beds. So the next one that he'll do is this one. Let me show you. Here, you can see how that bed, how that's pulling apart there. That's exactly how the other bed was. So the wood did not last long at all. I've had these beds. This will be the third summer, the 3rd year. We built them in April of 2020. And so they didn't last long. The wood at the time, cedar was not available. You know, that was right at the height of the pandemic. The cedar was not available. These are a hardwood. I'm not sure which kind it is. It's a hardwood. But you can see they did not last at all. Now, if I had it to do all, I still like the look of wooden raised beds. There are some, you know, that are modular. You know, I have a couple of those in the tunnel that are circular. And I don't dislike those. But I like the wood look too. But if this doesn't work, like if in 2 more years we have to replace this wood again, then somehow I'm gonna have to get rid of this and just go with the modular steel, galvanized steel design, because in the long run that's not gonna break down and it's gonna last a lot longer than this wood has ended up lasting. So yeah, you can see that bed, it looks a mess. So he fixed that one. It looks really, really good. And so he's just taking his time, or I'm sure not taking his time. He is taking it one by one and just gonna fix them all. But that one looks really, really, really good. So I'm glad that he got that fixed. And he was able to do that while my garlic was still in the bed, undisturbed, as you can see. He just, you know, took off one side, or replaced that side, put the corners in, and he would do another side until he just got all the way around. And that's what we'll do for this bed here, and just replace the wood. And we'll hope, fingers crossed, that works. But let's get to the business. Let's plant some onions. So last year I planted onions. I did red onions in the back of my house that did beautifully. They were great. They were big, had an excellent harvest. And then I also did leeks in the back of my house. The leeks did well, but gardener error, I left my leeks in there in the bed too long, and they just got ruined. That was my first time growing leeks, and I didn't know what I was doing. Not that I know now, but I think I know a little bit more. And so I didn't get a chance to harvest any leeks. Okay. Then I also planted onions, yellow onions, in my raised bed in the tunnel. They did horrible. I'm not sure why. I don't know if it got too hot in there. I have no idea, but I'm not trying it again. So this year I am going to plant my onions in the back of the house, and I've designated 3 beds, the remaining 3 beds for the onions. So in my mind, it'll be 2 beds of yellow onions and then a bed of red onions and leeks. That's what's in my mind. I ordered 2 bunches of onion sets of the yellow candy onions, and then I also ordered 1 bunch of red candy onions and then 1 bunch of leeks. I get my onions from Dixondale Farms. I have not been successful growing onion from seed at all. I like Dixondale. They are phenomenal. Like I said, it worked out really good last year, especially my red onions. They were like just wonderful. And so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I'm not going to spend my time trying to grow onion seed and all that when I can just buy it from there. So Dixondale Farms, I'll put the link down below. But let's get this 1 bed prepped and see how far we get with the bunches of onions. So what I've already done to prep the bed is I put some Pro Mix, and this is my first time using Pro Mix. You can see it's this big white bag there. Now, do not let that bag deceive you. That bag weighs like 50 pounds. It is compressed. And you think, oh, it's not that big of a deal. It looks light, but when you try to pick it up, it is so heavy. My husband had to do it. So it's compressed organic Pro Mix. I've never used it before. This is supposed to be a great Pro Mix. It does not have nutrients, but it's supposed to be a great. And it also has, as you can see, the mycorrhizae, which is a fungi that's really helpful for your plants. So I've already did a layer of that. You can see that here. Let me grab. Let's see. This is what it looks like. It's very light. It's very light and fluffy. So I've already covered the bed with the Pro Mix. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually dig a trench all the way around, and I'm going to put in fertilizer. I did this last year, and I think it worked really well, except in the tunnel. It didn't. But it did work out here, so we're going to do it again. And this is, I bought it just from Dixondale. It's a 10-20-10 mix. You can see that here, because onions are heavy feeders of nitrogen and all the other stuff. So I'm going to dig a trench, put that fertilizer in the trench. I'm going to add some compost to the top of the bed, and then we're going to be ready to plant. So let's get to it. Okay, so I have the nitrogen or the fertilizer down. I put compost down, and so now I'm getting ready to plant my onions. You can see how they come packaged up. This is the candy variety, which is like a yellow sweet onion, and 50 to 75 plants come in 1 bundle, and I think the bundle was $9.50. So it's not a lot of money at all. So let's see how much this covers. I'm going to plant my onions about 4 to 6 inches apart, and then I'll put like 12 to 18 inches in between rows. So if you wanted to get scallions, then you could plant them like 2 inches apart. But if you want them to bulb up, you know, a bit nicely, then 4 to 6 inches should be good. I feel raindrops. Let me hurry. is completely done. Okay, so the first bed is completely done. And look how many I still have left out of this one bunch. I counted, there are 74 onion plants in this bed, if I count it right. I have 5 rows, 74 plants, and I still have this many left off this one bunch. So clearly, there's more than 75 in one bunch. The website says 50 to 75 in each bundle. There is at least 25 left out of this one bundle. And I have a whole nother bundle left. So that's one bed. So I can already see I'm not going to have enough space in these raised beds. I can see that right now because I have the rest of the first bundle. I have a whole nother bundle of candy. Then I have one bundle of leeks and one bundle of red onions. I'm not gonna have enough space. So I think we're gonna have to go to the in-ground garden next is what we're gonna have to do. So that bed is done. I'm gonna water that in, and it looks like it's about to rain. So I'm gonna water it in, and then hopefully we'll get some good Mother Nature rain as well. And I think I'll prep another bed, and we'll see if we can get that one planted. And then the rest may have to happen in a couple of days, because I think I'm running out of time to get them all done today. Y'all, I got this many left. I'm not complaining. Did bank on that. This is the same thing that happened to me with the garlic. Remember, if you guys watch my garlic planting video, remember I ran out of space in these 2 beds for garlic, and so then I had to put some outside in the outdoor in-ground garden, and they're doing great too. And so maybe I can finish the rest of that garlic row with these. We shall see. But yeah, I need to go to the tunnel and start some lettuce seeds too. So let me see if we're gonna, let me figure out what I'm gonna do and make the best use of my time. Okay, I decided to come down to the tunnel and do this before it gets dark, and then I'll plant the rest of the onions over the next day or 2. So I'm gonna start lettuce seeds. I'm so excited to have lettuce back in the garden again. The lettuce, I think I showed you on the end of February, the February garden tour, that my lettuce was doing better. I actually picked lettuce for the first time last night. We had nachos, and I had put some lettuce on my nachos. It tasted so good. It was so good to have lettuce again. For those who don't know, my lettuce got, what's the word? It didn't survive. With that hard frost that we had the week of Christmas, it just did not survive at all. And so I was without lettuce. And just the ones that's doing well now, I planted those probably 6 weeks ago or so, maybe. And so now I'm going to have to start some more lettuce. As you can see, when I showed you on the other video, my bok choy bed is looking great. And so my plan is that when that bok choy is ready to harvest, I can put lettuce in, and then that bed will be lettuce. So I'm doing something new, of course, because that's what I do. I have some new lettuce mixes that I have not tried before. It's the Salanova Foundation collection, and they are pelleted seeds. And so I have not used pelleted seeds before. This is my first time. And so, especially as a new gardener, I was weary of all the terms: pelleted, GMO, hybrid, heirloom, non-GMO, like all the things, right? So for a while, I didn't even use pelleted seeds, but I just, did my research. And then when I was at that farm workshop, he was using pelleted seeds, and I asked my questions because I was thinking it's bad. It has some kind of something on it that makes it not organic, and that's not true. And so the pelleted seeds have like this hard coating on it, but it makes it so much easier to sow. So you can get pelleted seeds in lettuce and in carrots. And you know how lettuce seeds and carrot seeds are so small that most of the time you broadcast sow them, meaning you just take a whole bunch and just, throw them out. Because they're so tiny, it's hard to separate seed by seed. But when you buy pelleted seeds, they have this coating on them that makes them, more individualized, if that makes sense. Like you can actually pick up the seed and plant it. And that coating is of some kind of matter, but it is still organic. Let me just say that. So I bought some of those. And I've already planted some that I didn't show on camera. Hold on, let me grab them. These are the pelleted seeds that I did a couple of weeks before. This is a red butter lettuce, and then a green butter lettuce. These were pelleted seeds, and this was also part of the Salanova, not part of this collection that I bought, but it is a Salanova type. So you can see that they're doing good, and they all 100% germinated. 100%. And I just have the one lettuce and not like multiples or whatever. So these have already been started. They're looking good. I brought them out to the tunnel. Instead of them being in the house, they can actually, you know, lettuce likes cool temperatures, you know, so they can take the 50, the 60s. It actually loves it. So I'm going to keep these out here in the tunnel instead of them being in the house. So I have, okay, I have a red sweet crisp. I have a green incised lettuce. I have a green sweet crisp, and then I have a red incised. So that is the foundation collection. So my goal is I want to make my own salad mix. I love to see the red and the green mixed together. And so I want to make my own salad mix. So, and I'm going to try, one is for my own table, but also if I'm thinking about selling it, this is just an experiment. I want to kind of, you know, it just be pretty in the bag. Does that make sense? So I have 4 packs. So 1 pack of each. The red sweet crisp, the green sweet crisp, the red incised, and the red incised, which is like a little frilly lettuce. And I can mix all those together, especially, and then also with the butter, and it'll make a nice salad mix. Now you can also plant more than 1 seed in a hole and let it kind of grow up together, or you can just plant it separately and then mix it all in. So let's go ahead and fill up our tray, I should say, with soil and get to planting. Also, I have a new, did I keep the bag? Yeah, let me grab the bag. I'm using a new potting mix. Y'all know I use a lot of new stuff. This is Vermont compost. I've never used it before. It's a potting mix, all-purpose compost-based potting mix. It says a complete germinating and growing mix designed for soil blocks, excellent for trays, pots, and containers. No additional fertility is required until the roots fill the soil mix. And then when the roots have filled the container, you can top dress with compost and water in. And so it's an organic potting mix. I saw it on another gardener's channel and they were raving about it. So you know me, I bought a bag and we're gonna try it. And I can tell you y'all, it is so light and fluffy. Look at that. Look at that. So let's fill her up. It's so light and fluffy. So very light and fluffy. Don't y'all just love putting your hands in dirt? I never thought I would say that. But I do. It is therapeutic, especially when it feels like this. It feels so good. It's soft. It's not hard. It feels so good. I like the way this looks. It doesn't have a lot of bark and stuff in it. It looks like it's sifted pretty well. You know, sometimes you can buy potting mix and it's overly like just, yeah, it's a lot of, I call it tree bark and stuff in it. I really wanted to use the Epic Gardening trays for this because I like those Epic Garden trays. I like it better than I like these air printing trays. I think that's where I am. I don't dislike this, but I like the trays better just because I can pick it up. And it's like all individualized. You know, you got your little 6-pack. It's just something about it that I like better than I like this. But all of my Epic Gardening 6-cell trays are full. I ordered some more, but they're on delay and they're not here yet. But wait till y'all see them. I got some pink ones. I'm so excited. I know y'all think, girl, you always excited. I am in the garden. I am in the garden. This is the therapy The therapy I need. Okay, I think we're almost full. Okay, tray is filled with soil. Let's make some labels. Now, I told y'all sometimes I'm super organized. Well, prepared, I should say that. I already have my labels. Like on one video, I had my labels already done. Today, I don't. Because I don't. That's life. When I can, I do. And when I can't, I don't. So there's 25 seeds in a pack. Let's do half of the pack of each one. So let's do 12. We'll do 12 seeds of each kind, and that'll put us at 48. And then we'll still have some room to play with. Instead of me planting the whole pack, let me try it first and then make sure I got my spacing right, meaning I have a place to put it and I haven't overplanted and then don't have a place to put it. Plus, I'll be doing lettuce, you know, succession planting it as well. Now, this is something else I didn't know, and y'all may already know this and just like, girl, you didn't know that? I didn't. So when I was at that farm workshop, and it was a lot of market gardeners there, I didn't realize that for them, for market gardeners, like they take the first cut of lettuce and then they just replant. Because I was always curious as to why do people just succeed like succession sow their lettuce so much. And me, what I've been doing, I just kind of use the cut and come again method. Like I harvest my lettuce and cut it, and then it grows back and I cut it again. It grows back and I cut it again. And there's nothing wrong with that. But just in talking to, you know, the market gardeners, the first cut of lettuce is the freshest and the best tasting. So if you're selling lettuce, you want to harvest the first cut, get rid of that, and then replant again. So that's why they do so many successions of lettuce. Did y'all know that? I didn't know that. Didn't know that at all. Okay, so red, green. Let's do, this is the red incised. And I have some of that growing right now. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, let's start there. And we'll get to plant. I'm gonna water this and moisten it, and then I'll plant and I'll bring you back. So let me show you, if you've never seen a pelleted seed, what it looks like. Hold on. You see that? That is what it looks like. So you can see how that's easier to plant because I can actually pick that up with my hand as an individual seed. And I'm just gonna plant one pure pocket. This is the red sweet crisp. That's what I did with the lettuce I showed you, and all of them germinated. To me, this makes it a little bit easier just because you can pick it up. Oh. I think I dropped one. You can't be dropping seeds. Especially not pelleted seeds. They're a little bit more expensive than regular. It'll probably germinate somewhere too. So I'm just gonna keep doing this, and then we'll talk about what we're gonna do with the rest of the space. Okay, so I got that done. We have 2 rows of red sweet crisp, 2 of green sweet crisp, 2 of red incised, 2 of green incised. And so now I'm gonna do 1 row of a slow bolt lettuce, This was gifted to me from a friend of mine. Thank you, Shonda. She gifted me some, and like, look at the difference of the seed. If you planted lettuce, you can see how tiny that is compared to pelleted. So I'm going to do 1 row of the slow bolt. And again, you know, more than one is in there because it's hard to make sure that it's just one seed. Okay, so I'm gonna do 1 row of the slow bolt to finish this tray, and then I'm gonna do 1 row of green butter, and then I'm gonna do 2 rows of Swiss chard. I'm doing the Bright Lights Swiss chard. Y'all know why I'm growing this, right? Because it's pretty. Look at those bright colors. It's gonna taste good too, but instead of me doing the regular Swiss chard, I'm doing this one because I've seen that one and it is so pretty. So very pretty. So y'all know I like color in the garden. So we're almost done, y'all. We're almost done. So let me cover up these slow bolt lettuce seeds. I'm not sure what company it is. I have to look it up, and I'll try to put it at the top of the thing because I'm not sure, because it was gifted to me. So I'm not sure what company it is that she got it from, but I'm assuming it's what the name says. It's supposed to be a lettuce that's slow to bolt in hot temperatures. So we're going to do a green butter, 1 row of that. And then we'll have 2 rows of the Bright Lights. I can get used to these pelleted seeds. And I'm definitely, in the fall, when I do carrots again, I'm definitely going to get me some pelleted carrot seeds for sure. Winner, winner. Love it. Okay. Got that. Let me finish this. Okay, y'all, we're done. We are done. I'm feeling accomplished. So I got this whole tray done. So this is a 72 cell tray. And so we planted, let's see, everything except 16. So 72 minus 16 is 56, I think. So we planted 56 lettuce seeds, and then we have 16 Swiss chard. So this tray is done. We got a whole bed of onions done, which was like 74, 75. We have 2 more beds at least to go, and maybe more. But I'm feeling good for the amount of time that we had. I've only been at it for maybe an hour, hour and a half. So that's not too shabby. So I'm gonna moisten the top of the soil again. I'm gonna actually leave these down here. One, I walked down here, and so I'm not gonna carry this whole tray back to the house. But it should be fine. Like I said, it can germinate in cooler temperatures. Lettuce does not need a heat mat. I have made that mistake before. It actually prefers the cool. So I'm going to leave it down here. And then tomorrow, if I want to bring it up to the house, I can. And then, I don't know, I like for them to be in my house before they germinate. And then I can bring them back down here. But tonight, it's going to stay down here because I'm not going to walk back up with it. So thank you guys so much for joining me today on another adventure. Planting my onions, getting some more lettuce seed starts. You know, I had to tell myself that every little bit counts. And I have to keep repeating that because I don't have the luxury of time, you know, in this season of my life, which is just busy, a lot of stuff going on. I don't have the season of the time to come down here for hours and hours and hours on one given day. And so sometimes I have an hour here, hour there, and y'all know before I've had 20 minutes and I've gotten some things done. I actually did a video on that, like what you can accomplish in 20 minutes. And so as I encourage myself, I also encourage you that do what you can when you can, because every little bit does count. And if all of these seeds germinate, guess what? We're going to have more lettuce to eat on our salads and all of that good stuff. So thank you guys so much for joining me. If you like what you're seeing, I would appreciate if you would give this video a thumbs up, leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel. It would be very, very appreciated. And until next time, remember, garden is a journey. Let's grow together. I'll see you next time, friend.